Hey, welcome back to Black is She with your girl, Jasmine Ivory. Today I'm just hopping on here to discuss basically what is a non-judgmental friend, and to what extent do we allow the pride or our pride of being a non-judgmental friend affect others around us, right? And this is not to shade anyone. This is not to throw daggers or dirt on anyone whatsoever. It's not that kind of party. This is just a true, like, surface discussion. And it's something, as always, anything that I come on here to talk about is something that's always been on my mind, on my heart, and on my spirit to talk about. I just hadn't gotten around to doing it yet. So I am back with my videos, and this is the time for me to go ahead and discuss what that is. So to what extent do we continuously, like, give people around us a slap on the wrist, like, oh, you did that, it's okay, girl, it's cool, let's have a drink, toast, like, cheers, toast to you continuously going down the wrong path, and toast to you, homie, like, hey, that's my dog, hey, what's up? Because this is both for men and women, males and females. You know, I am a very fair person, so I'm not going to exclude anyone, because no one is excluded, right? So from this topic. So yeah, it's just like, to what extent do we cut that crap out? Because I feel like it's very much a hindrance to those around us, especially in the Black community. I mean, I'm sure this affects almost any type of culture or race, right? But you'll know I'm always coming with the vibes of just elevating my own in my community. So this is for whoever wants to listen and can actually utilize this information for themselves. But this is definitely, of course, geared towards Black people, because I'm Black and my station is Black is She TV, so it's only right. But yeah, it's just, to what extent do we do that? Because that we stop being that person? Because it's like, do you congratulate or hoorah and throw a party for your female or male friends when they go and sleep with somebody else's spouse? When your homeboy is sleeping with a married woman, or when your homegirl is sleeping with a married man, do we just say, hey girl, it's okay, like, I'm not judgmental over here, so it's all good, you did it, whatever, it's all right, homie, you did it, whatever, like, it's all good, like, let's cheers, let's go out and have a party, let's go celebrate, like. And I feel like a lot of people, quite a few people, I'm not going to say a lot, but quite a few people I feel like are doing that, and which is why society is becoming so corrupt, and just so everybody is everywhere. There's no structure. There's no morals, values, and ethics. There's just like no respect from teenagers all the way up. And it's just sad and unfortunate to see and witness, because it's like, no, we have to start holding each other accountable. And this word judgmental is one that I hate so much, because everyone wants to just say it because it sounds like a powerful word. And I've said this in one of my other videos too, like, it sounds like such a powerful word to condemn the person who is just actually holding you accountable. So it's like it's actually like a reverse psychology to me when somebody says, oh, you judgmental, or not somebody being judgmental, not judgment, when in fact and in reality, it's not that at all. It's just simply and solely someone seeing you make these bad decisions are holding you accountable, like it's holding you accountable for that. So I wish people would stop using that term. If you don't know what it means, go look it up before you use it, because I feel like people are just using it to use it because they heard such and such say it, or this person say it, and it made them sound very well educated to use that terminology or that definition of a word. It needs to stop, because we got to start holding people accountable for their actions. Like, we just do. There's no way we should be praising and glorifying people sleeping with married people, or people cheating on their own spouses, or cheating on their girlfriends or their boyfriends whom they've been with for a long period of time. Like, no, we have to start holding each other accountable. And that's just basically all I came on here to say. Like, to what extent do we stop the madness? I used to be so mad and hard on myself, because I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I feel bad for not being a non-judgmental friend, like, because I'm always holding everybody accountable, and I hold myself just as accountable. Like, it's like, again, I'm a fair person, so I'm not going to do something and not hold myself accountable and then just hold everybody else around me accountable. No, I'm gonna hold myself accountable too, because that's the only way that people are gonna grow, elevate, and get better, like, and reach their higher selves, like the higher level of themselves. So y'all, and then please stop feeding people false hope. Like, if y'all see a man treating your friend bad, don't sit up and say, girl, yeah, that's the one you're gonna marry. And I've had conversations with this person that you're dating or involved with, and they said how they really would like to marry you, but now is just not the time. I'm sorry, I have never been that person, and I will never be that person to sit back and feed people I love bull crap, aka caca, like, aka whatever you want to say it, like however you want to twist it and spin it. I'm just not that type of person. I can't see somebody making stupid or ill-will decisions that's harmful to themselves and just encourage that stupidity, like encourage that self-destruction. I cannot do it. Like, if you need an ego booster, I am not the Black woman, Black intimate partner, wife, girlfriend, friend. I am not none of that for you. Like, I can't do it, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And I just feel like I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to encourage foolishness. I'm not going to do it, because I feel like keeping it real, keeping it 100 in a respectful way, that's the best way to be. I'm not going to celebrate wrongdoing. I'm not going to encourage people sleeping with other people's husbands or significant others, or trying to break up and ruin relationships because they feel like this is supposed to be my relationship with this particular or specific person, so I'm going to ruin this. I will never congratulate that, and it's time for other people to stop congratulating that as well. And again, this is not condemning people who, try to uplift their friends, but you can uplift your friends by still telling them the truth as well. Like, you can still uplift them and encourage them the right way, because there is definitely a wrong way and a right way to, get your point across and get your opinion and statements across without being disrespectful or without crossing certain boundaries. And I'm all for that, but I'm still just not going to sit up and say, yeah, girl, oh, he popped you upside the head, girl, he love you, girl, just give it time, y'all gonna get married. Or even, again, for homeboys, oh, say what? Oh, she was messing around with you with another dude, like getting money from this dude to help pay y'all rent. People, we should just not be encouraging stuff like that and encouraging actions and behaviors like that. Like, I don't care who's benefiting from it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And I can't stress that enough. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. To an extent, you have to cut stuff off. Like, stop giving people slaps on the wrist and high fives and saying, girl, it's all good. Homeboy, it's all good. You got this. Like, we rocking. Like, y'all can, I personally don't even want to be surrounded by people who, you try to encourage and inspire to do the right thing, and then they continuously want to do what they want to do. And I know, and I'm fully aware that, yes, no, we cannot assume that people are going to just do what we say and adhere to what we say when we say it because we said it, right? I'm very aware of that. I'm not blind to that at all, and I'm not oblivious to that by any means. But it's still just like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to continuously be friends with someone who's doing the same thing for 8 years, like, or 8+ years rather. Like, I can't, that's a lot too much energy for me, because I'm on the back end having to hear about the same situation, the same scenario, the same person, the same thing. Because, again, talking to me 8 years down the line and still nothing has changed. What else do you expect me to say? What do you expect from me? Because now this is my time, my energy, my mental stability that's been affected, because I love hard and I care hard for the people that surrounds me, or that I have a close connection with in whatever kind of way. So I can't, like, what more do you want from me? And I feel like people shouldn't feel guilty from pulling away or cutting people off slowly who are just a hindrance and a burden to anything that doesn't bring you peace. And so it's just like, yeah, we got to stop. We got to start cutting people, like, letting them know, like, this is that. If you continue doing this, then I respectfully cannot be a part of your circle, because now it's a hindrance to me. And I stuck it out all these years and nothing has changed. So, like, bad behavior is just like a child. Bad behavior does not get awarded. Even when I was in elementary school, you know, kindergarten, you get a red card for being bad, a yellow card for medium behavior, and a green card for good behavior. Bad behavior does not get rewarded, and it should not be placed on the back burner or overlooked because we want to be the best perfect friend that we can be. No, the best way that you can be a great awesome friend would be holding your friends accountable, male and female, like I mentioned earlier in the video. Hold people accountable. It is what it is. They can either love it or hate it. It's not on you. It's going to be up to them to do with the information that you have provided them. And if they continuously still come back with the same story because they continuously strive and thrive on doing the same thing, then eventually you have to make that mark for yourself. You have to make that decision for yourself to continue to stick around in that friendship or that relationship or bounce to protect your peace and your sanity. And you should not feel guilty about it. Like, I used to be on that guilt trip where I'm like, oh my goodness, maybe I shouldn't have left this person, blah, blah. But then I got peace too, because when it came time for it to be reciprocated as far as like showing me grace or just listening to my problems and things that I had going on and personal feelings and emotions, people wasn't there for me. So my spectrum and my scale of things was a little bit different, and it made it easier for me to walk away from certain friendships and relationships. But yeah, I'm just like, you got to make that decision. And like, it's up to y'all to continuously condone this stuff and like persuade people that, hey, stick around for another year, stick around for another 2 years, it'll get better. And 3 years in, it still hasn't got better. And you're like, stick around for another 2 more years, and 5 years of your friend's life, or even your life, if I'm talking to you, has just been wasted and gone down the drain. And that could have been time for you to heal yourself, time for you to focus on yourself, time for you to get your relationship with Christ on the right path, and all kind of things you could have been doing, writing a book, starting your YouTube, starting an Instagram page to promote your art or promote your music or whatever type of things that you're off into. Start your blog, start your whatever it is. That could have been time for like rebuilding yourself, rebranding yourself, recouping, getting in shape, going to the gym, working out, losing that weight. Whatever the case may be, all the energy that you have absorbed and your friends have allowed you to absorb, staying and sticking around in toxicity, could have been used for something productive and productivity. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I used to, like I said before, and I don't think I finished the sentence, like, I used to be hard on myself. Like, why am I not the non-judgmental friend? Like, why is it so hard for me to just, not be hard on people? Or like, because I always show grace. Don't get me wrong. Come on now, I'm all about grace. I have to show it to myself. So who am I not to show that same thing, that same grace to others, right? I show an immense amount of grace. But I just can't stick around for that. I used to always be hard on myself, like, why am I not that non-judgmental friend? And in reality, I was. I just didn't sugarcoat stuff. I shoot it straight, no chaser. Like, I'm not going to talk around or beat around the bush with you. This is exactly what I'm seeing from the outside looking in, and based on the things that you shared with me, whoever you may be, and it's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, and I can't even say kudos or props to those who does, because we got to stop. That's what's destroying our communities now. Cheating and infidelity and being promiscuous and just all this kind of stuff, polygamy and all. I don't get off into all that. I will never encourage that. It's not my forte. It's not my thing. It ain't for me. Look, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for the world. And I'm not knocking those who are participants of that foolishness, but it's foolishness to me. And say what they want to say. Oh, it's actually really good for the community and blah, blah, blah. The enemy is working. The enemy is working. Do you hear me? And I ain't going to be a part of it. No, it's a no-go for me. It should be a no-go for many. And if you ask me, love and hip hop and all that stuff has been definitely had a huge impact and influence on all of this talk from the beginning. Let's keep it real. And that's been many years ago that this was kind of just like exposed on TV, and it's just utterly insane. And speaking of insane, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. It's no way. There's no way. That is truly insane. Like, there is no way. You stay in a long-term toxic relationship thinking it's going to change. And don't get me wrong, people do change, but you have to allow that space for people to change and give people time. And then if it is meant to be, God will come back and spin that block for you and say, hey, this person is ready, you're ready, y'all are both where y'all are supposed to be in the heights of your career, or just personally, emotionally, mentally, physically, your shape, your body, getting back to yourself. God will work that out. But people try to, and I had this problem too, like we always want to control everything. And that's what I mentioned in my last video prior to this one. We want to try to control everything, and we think we know what's best for us, when in reality we don't. If we knew what was best for us, we would not be crying ourselves to sleep over a man, or crying ourselves to sleep over a woman, or wanting to take ourselves out because it didn't work out with this person or that person. Stop it. Oh my gosh, we got to stop that. We have to stop encouraging people to stay in foolish and toxic relationships like that because we want to be that non-judgmental friend. Like, stop it, please. Stop it. Like, it is just out of control. It's been out of control, and we got to stop. Hold people accountable, say your piece, but stop slapping people on the wrist like, oh girl, it's okay. Oh, you went and scratched up his car. Oh girl, that's okay. Like, or homie, you went and shot up her boyfriend's house because y'all no longer together. Oh, bro, that's okay. That's the right move to make, dog. You good. You good. I got your back. If they need a witness to come in, your homeboy still gonna do time. Like, what? Like, come on now. Let's stop the foolishness while we can, so that we can just become a better people, a better community. Like, healthy mentally, emotionally, physically, verbally, because there is a such thing as verbal abuse, and people definitely should not be influencing that and enticing that. No. But you'll be surprised how many people do. So anyways, yes, that's just what I came on here to talk about. Just an overview, like, again, to what extent are we so prideful in being that non-judgmental friend that we just hold no one accountable? We don't do anything about anyone's situation, not even tell them the truth for face value, but just let it continue to carry out. Like, we got to stop. To what extent do we pride ourselves on that?